I found out that my deadbeat mother is dating my absent father again and told me that I need to forgive and forget, so I forgot that they exist. My mom had me 9 days after her 17th birthday. My dad was 19. They were not and have never been in a relationship. My mom eventually started dating another guy, who she got engaged to when she was 19. He sadly committed suicide a week before they were supposed to get married. This obviously had an emotional toll on my mother and kicked off a 16-year addiction to pills and IV drugs. My grandparents legally adopted me when I was 2 and raised me as their own. They are both insanely good people. Words aren't enough to express everything they did for me and how much I love and adore them. Mom was very in and out of the picture, would disappear for months at a time, randomly show up to my grandparents to visit me, when in reality she was asking them for money or something else she needed, then would disappear again, in and out of jail, married 4 times, all to very abusive men, all the works. I'm happy to say she did eventually overcome her addiction and has gotten a master's degree and is working on her doctorate. She's an addiction counselor now. We have mended our relationship and speak every day, though I travel for work, so seeing each other in person is more difficult. My dad has never had much to do with me. I met him for the first time when I was in the 3rd grade, when my mom went behind my grandparents' back and took me to his house. I've never seen him again. When I was about 16 or 17, I found him and was able to obtain his phone number. We did text occasionally back and forth until I was 21. It was mostly me reaching out, and we never talked about anything personal. I tried to get to know him, asked him to go to lunch, invited him to my high school graduation, etc., and he always had an excuse. We never met in person. I invited him to my college graduation, which he said he would come to. The day before, I asked him if he was still coming, and he blew up on me. Told me he wasn't coming, he didn't consider me his daughter, etc. I blocked him and haven't spoken to him since. Obviously, we had a very surface-level relationship. If I saw him in a crowded room, I would have no idea who he was. He's a stranger to me. He has 2 other sons by another woman he was with who he actually raised. Fast forward to a month ago. My mom leaves her current husband, who is also incredibly physically and mentally abusive. She has been with him for 14 years. She's left him multiple times before, but always goes back. This time she seemed to be sticking to it. She moved back to our hometown and got a job. She eventually ends up telling me she's living with and having a full-on relationship with my biological dad. She asked me to not tell my grandparents yet. A couple of days ago, she ended up telling them. Neither are very happy about it, obviously. My grandpa really despises this man. He's had to see the emotional fallout over the years he's caused me and wants nothing to do with him. My grandma didn't seem happy either, but my mom told me she's went over there and visited with him and his sons. My dad's son just had a baby and she wanted to visit with him. My mom is adamant that she loves him and always has and always will, which is coming out of left field for me. She's always shit-talked him into the ground in the past. And like I said before, they never dated, as far as I'm aware. She's been shoving him down my throat lately, always talking about how great he is, telling me I need to message him and talk to him, how he's sorry for not being in my life, how they've both talked about how bad they were to me and how they're full of regret. I feel like a terrible person for being upset about it. I'm so glad my mom is getting away from my stepdad. I'm so thankful she made it out alive, and she seems to be happy. I feel extremely betrayed though. Out of the billions of people on this planet, she goes to that motherfucker. I feel kind of betrayed by my grandma too. She lied to me about seeing him, which isn't normal for her. I don't understand why everyone is being so accepting, minus my granddad. I feel bad for it, but I can't help to feel pissed off and hurt. Update 1 year later. They ended up getting married this past June. My mom did try to force a relationship with him and his 2 kids on me prior to their marriage. I moved to the West Coast for work and decided to go no contact for a couple of months to think things through and determine how I really felt. In the midst of no contact, I found out they got married. I did talk to my mom and laid out all my feelings about her and the situation shortly after that. She basically gaslighted me and told me I need to forgive and forget. Needless to say, I no longer speak to her or have anything to do with any of them. I'm content with this decision. I realize I am much happier without her in my life, have much less stress and anxiety this way.